This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
Hey, what's up? Well, this morning, will one Lake Tahoe ski resort get the huge expansion they're asking for? An update on what Heavenly wants to offer. Plus, shots were fired over the weekend at a Reno park. We have an update for you on the investigation. And the plane crash that happened near Dayton High School over the weekend. We will show you what it could have caused it. Those stories top your news right now at 4:30 in the morning. It's supposed to be 3:30 in the morning. This, the worst Monday of the year. The one after the moving the times ahead 1 hour. Good morning, I'm John Potter. Andy's off today, but Jeff is here with the forecast this morning. Jeff, not so bad for a Monday.
Oh, very nice. In fact, I was just looking up the high for yesterday was 70 degrees, and we'll do about the same again today, John. And really not too bad out there this morning. We're in the mid-30s right now, so 70 by this afternoon. More in your weather coming up. Have a great morning.
All right, 4:31 our time. A scare in Lyon County yesterday when the pilot of a small plane was forced to make an emergency landing after his aircraft lost power over the Mound House area. Take a look. Emergency crews were called out to a section of BLM land near Dayton High School just after 4 p.m. yesterday. According to the preliminary investigation, the plane is based out of a small nearby airport, and it was headed home when it lost power. The pilot tried to glide to an emergency landing in a field near the high school, but it hit soft dirt and overturned upon landing. Fortunately, both the pilot and passenger received only minor injuries. They were taken by Renown by ambulance for treatment. The NTSB has taken over this investigation. We'll be sure to let you know when the new details on this come out. And this morning, Sparks police are searching for two men wanted after a robbery at a local sandwich shop last night. Officers were called out to the subway on Green Bray Drive just after 6 p.m. And when they got there, employees told them two men came up to the counter and demanded money. One of the suspects claimed to be armed with a gun. Both men escaped on foot with some cash. The restaurant got these surveillance photos of the suspects. The first man, possibly Hispanic, in his early 20s, about 5'10" in height. He was wearing a Chicago Bulls hat at the time of the robbery. The other man is white, tall, and also in his early 20s. Investigators are asking anybody with information to call detectives at 353-2225. And this morning, Secret Witness is now offering a $1,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in the shooting at a Reno park over the weekend. Police were called out to the 900 block of South University Park Loop after several shots were fired at about 4:30 Saturday morning. Shortly after, a man and woman suffering from gunshot wounds arrived at a local hospital. As for those responsible for the shooting, police are still looking for answers, but they think the shooting may have been gang-related. No suspect descriptions have been released as of yet, but if you know something that could help, call Secret Witness at 322-4900 or also text your tip to 847-411. New this morning, an early morning stabbing sent one man to the hospital in Sparks. This happened just hours ago. Police were called out to the Vista del Lago Drive area just after 3 this morning. When they got there, they found one man suffering from a stab wound. He was taken to the hospital with so far unknown injuries. Sparks police tell us all the people involved stayed on the scene, and there are no suspects at this time, but the stabbing is certainly under investigation. And the U.S. Forest Service has so far given the go-ahead to an ambitious project that would expand one Lake Tahoe ski resort, that one, to offer more summer activities. Last month, they issued a draft decision in favor of the proposed Heavenly Mountain Resort Epic Discovery Plan. The South Shore Resort is hoping to boost visitors by 45% in the summertime by adding things like a mountain bike park, zip lines, and even coasters. However, some groups like Lake Tahoe's Sierra Club say it will increase traffic and air pollution during an already busy time of the year. The Forest Service is still accepting public comment on this big plan. I love summer at Heavenly the way it is. I'll tell you what, I don't know about zip lines and everything, but great hiking out there. Actually, you can do it now. right? Let's check the forecast. Good morning, Jeff. Where's the snow?
Yeah, I know, John. Good morning to you. Yeah, our snowpack is so low out there, unfortunately. Only about 17 to about 20% of average for this time of year. As you know, our drought continues, and we do have a chance for some showers by the middle part of this week as we look ahead. But otherwise, it doesn't look like a huge winter storm. But anyway, out there right now, we do have temperatures in the 30s, not terribly cold as you head out the door. Clear skies, 27 in Lovelock, a little bit colder there, 29 in Fallon. We have 24 up in Winnemucca. Carson City, good morning to you at 32 degrees, 27 in Minden, and Truckee checking in with 23. Oh, Hawthorne, don't forget about you. You're at 43 degrees down in Hawthorne, so a little bit more mild down there. 36 degrees, your current temperature. Again, what a beautiful weekend, despite the lack of rain and moisture out there. Made it up to 70 degrees yesterday. We'll do about the same again today. And our ridge of high pressure starts to break down a little bit by tomorrow, and that'll allow a storm system to move in by Wednesday. You can see that right there, so we'll look out for a few showers. But check this out, our new sunrise and sunset times with the time change. Hope you sprang forward there 1 hour. 7:20 now sunrise, and your sunset now at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, that'll be nice. So it'll be pretty light out there in the evening hours. So again, your forecast for today, 38 degrees at 8 o'clock, 60 at noon, and another 70-degree day today. We'll talk about that storm moving in on Wednesday and your 7-day forecast in a few minutes. Have a great day, John. Back to you.
I tried it, but I'm going to set it back.
I know, it's hard.
No, I give up. All right, this morning in Money Watch, electric car maker Tesla Motors is denying reports that their construction has been delayed on that big gigafactory about 15 miles east of Reno. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers posted this delay in their online post. And the Reno Gazette-Journal reports the delay is because of a change in design plans for the lithium battery factory. But a Tesla spokesperson says there is no delay and plans are on schedule. CEO Elon Musk announced in September Nevada would be the home for the factory that's expected to mass produce cheaper batteries for the next generation of Tesla cars. Also in Money Watch this morning, the 2015 NCAA tournament will host 68 teams in a bracket-style competition. And in Nevada, betting is a big part of the action. For local sports books, it's the biggest time for sports wagering next to the Super Bowl. And while March Madness is still a week and a half away, bettors are already getting ready to pick their teams. Because there are so many teams to put money on, local sports books are expecting standing room only for this year's tournament. Every year, they say more and more people come out to bet and watch the games. And many of these people are more than just gamblers. They come to represent their school colors.
It's the adrenaline, the thrill of betting, seeing hopefully your team showing that school spirit.
Yeah, for those of you looking to watch, the first round of March Madness play will begin March 17th. A lot of those games, of course, here on Channel 2. We all know Mondays are difficult, but today, particularly rough. Landon Miller's in the newsroom to tell us why today is so hard. Hello, Landon.
Hello, John. I'll tell you why. Because we got an hour. Here's the hour, right? Someone came up to it and just stole it away as we sprung our clocks forward yesterday. Now, there's research that backs this claim. According to the Los Angeles Times, there are many health consequences to springing clocks forward an hour. Let's start off with this. Heart attacks. On the Monday, right after daylight savings, there's as much as a 10% increase in heart attacks going up. The Times says sleep deprivation leads to inflammation, which can cause heart attacks. Another thing, stress. More cortisol is produced in the days right after daylight savings. Cortisol, because we all know what that is. I'll tell you anyway. It's a hormone the body produces to respond to stress. On average, cortisol increases in the bloodstream by about 5%. Another thing, traffic accidents. There's speculation that there are more traffic accidents in the first few days after losing an hour. That's just because people are a little bit more tired. However, some research shows that traffic accidents decrease because there's more light. Another thing, too, you see them here. Less childhood obesity. Los Angeles Times cites a new study from the Journal of Physical Activity and Health in which it found that children get a lot more exercise when there's more daylight between 5 and 8 in the evening. So we got the positives, we got the negatives. Finally, of course, the Times reporting that springing forward, yes, that springing forward is far more difficult than falling back. Our sleep cycles get a little whacked We wake up more during the night. That happened to me last night, and we spend a little bit more time in bed. This comes from the health journal Chronobiology International. Covering the story live in the newsroom. Happy Monday, Landon Miller, Channel 2 News.
Aren't you a lot of fun? Yeah. And we're doing this because Ben Franklin wanted to save some candles. Turning to our community now, yesterday was International Women's Day, and local college students were working to raise scholarship money for survivors of sex trafficking. The campus group Students to Abolish Sex Slavery organized this awareness walk and afternoon barbecue at UNR. Organizers tell us they hope to help victims of a serious problem and one that hits especially close to home.
Nevada last year had the highest number of cases per capita into the National Human Trafficking Hotline, which means that we have a high concentration of modern-day slaves basically here in Nevada.
Isn't that terrible? Students are working closely with local group Awaken Inc. to help with the educational needs of local survivors of sex trafficking, and the money raised will help them pay school expenses and escape a life of exploitation. Here at home, the weekend's abundant sunshine did not put a damper on Lake Tahoe's annual Snowfest Winter Carnival. Yesterday was the finale for 10 days of winter fun. Yesterday afternoon, dogs and owners took to the Tahoe Downer downhill ski area as pups raced the clock to pull the covered wagon sleds. It's called the I Did a Run as a nod to the famous Alaskan race, but these competitors were all shapes and sizes, and maybe just a little less competitive. The fun also included a raffle with proceeds benefiting Tahoe's Humane Society. And actually, you know, for the ski resort, I drove by Boreal yesterday, and there were a lot of skiers going down that hill. So the man-made stuff, they can do more of it these days. Thanks for tuning in on this Monday morning. Yes, it feels like 3:42, but it's 4:42. Coming up, a warning of a security